right, everyone. I'm sitting here with Harrison and Manny from Downswing. How you guys doing?
What's up,
Good,
man?
man. How are you?
Glad to be here.
Thanks for hopping on with me, guys.
Of course,
Of
man. Thanks for having us.
course.
Absolutely. And Everything Was Dark comes out this Friday. So how you guys feeling on everything so far?
So excited. I can't wait for it to be out. Genuinely. We've sat on these songs for so long. We worked on these songs, writing them for so long. I can't wait to just get it out there, man.
Yeah, we've had. I think some of these have been written for like 3 years now, coming up
Long
probably on
time.
3 years. They've been written for a while, and this is only our second full length. So like we're clearly bad at releasing music consistently. So like I'm ready. We're ready to change that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been a while since your last record, but you guys have been. You guys had the two EPs that. So
Yeah,
you know
Oh
what I mean.
yeah.
But
I guess when you shove them together, it's like a full length.
kind of is, yeah.
Almost.
I mean, you guys remain consistent, so there is that. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys mentioned that some of the tunes have been written for like 3+ years. So I kind of wanted to get into like when you guys started writing the songs, where it kind of fits in the timeline with like your previous EPs and stuff like that.
Some of those songs were written right around the same time we had finished that EP. Um, like specifically, I could think of "No God to Me"
Mhm.
was I think that was the first song we wrote for the new record, and it was entirely different than how it is now.
Oh yeah.
Right after we wrote "Let This Life," we were like, "All right, we got to do something heavy again." So we were gonna do like a 4 song EP again of just like nothing but heaviness with no singing, no anything. And then we sat on it for like a few months and we're like, you know what? That's not us. Let's just like do what we want to do. And we ended up reworking that song like entirely. And then it kind of just opened the doors for like the rest of the record to like include as much singing that we have now. And uh originally that song was like in drop A sharp or something like that. And I think I like put it down to F to be funny to piss our guitarist off one day. And then like now half the record is in like drop F. So like it was like a stepping stone to make this record like what it was.
Fuck yeah. Dude, that song used to be all screaming, man. There was no chorus. I think the only thing that is like roughly the same in that song is the end breakdown and the first verse. Everything else we kind of reworked. And the 3 other songs we had planned for that EP, who knows
Just
where they
crapped
went?
them. I think they're
Nobody
gone.
knows where they went.
When you guys went into the studio for this one, was that last year after the EP?
We were, oh man, well, we were in the studio probably 8 months ago to maybe a year. So it was like a year after the EP, I think we were back in the studio.
And
Thankfully, we were much more prepared.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how was the studio time? How did it differ in comparison to the previous projects?
I think so with the EP, when we went in to do that, we had a few songs that were like we thought were done, and then we had a few ideas that we had going into the studio, and we were there for what, Manny, like 2 weeks? We
Yeah,
had
we had
2 weeks.
2 weeks and we went in with two complete songs and we were gonna write like three more, I think.
And so yeah, so 3 songs were essentially scrapped and rewritten from absolutely dead scratch, and like super stressful, super like,
Yeah, it was not
hey,
fun.
we need stuff now. We need drums like yesterday. Like we got to get this done. So with this record, a lot of it was demoed out way prior to going into the studio, which made it a much like a significantly less stressful time for sure.
Yeah.
I think every song on this record except for track 3 was written before we got to the studio. And then there was like no crazy song like changes that I can think of right now. It was all just like minor tweaking stuff. So like Harrison said, like we pretty much like went to the studio with a full record this time. And it was like mentally it just helps. It helped a lot. A lot.
So much.
You guys have been working with Jonathan for, I mean, the last two EPs and this. Um, so how was kind of the process with him when it came to this record? Was there
He's
anything
amazing.
drastically different?
Uh,
I don't think
I,
there was really.
I mean, a tiny bit. So, like the only reason I say that is this time I did like some virtual sessions with him while I was writing the record. So like we kind of were collabing on ideas before we even got to the studio, which was sick. And then he's like the production master. Like all the like post-production stuff you hear, that's like 95% of that came from him. So like Drowned Out, which is the last song that we wrote, we were sitting in the studio and he was like, I'm gonna write you like a little template of post production. And then I just wrote guitars and drums to his production, essentially. And that's like how that song came together. So like we didn't
That's
do
whack.
anything, yeah, we didn't do like any like pre-writing with him for the first EP.
Mm.
But this time it was like much more of like a collective effort.
So when you guys were, in the writing process and kind of getting to the finish line with the record, did you guys have certain themes that you wanted to explore with these songs? Or when it came to like the album title, the album cover, and all that, did that all that just come organically afterwards?
We
I
actually had
think
the
we
album
had,
title first, right?
Did
yeah,
you?
we had the title. The
Yeah.
name of the record came about pretty early on, I think.
Yep.
It was going to be, I think it was originally going to be, now this is a fun bit of information. I think originally our plan was to do like a re-release of the last EP and do like the two EPs together. So it'd be like, Let This Life Devour You and Everything Was Dark, like a single title. I think that's where it originally stemmed from.
Yeah, and then a lot of your lyrics kind of just like
Yeah.
honestly went with the title anyway, so it kind of
Mhm.
worked out.
Unintended. Like it did not intend to do that. Like a lot of the themes on the record, like lyrically, I like there are obviously some that are a little more personal, but there are definitely like there's a lot of it that has to do with like my perception and view on the world and how like shitty everything's been and within like the last 5 6 years and just seeing how shit poor everything's been, for everybody. And I think that's you're right. It does kind of flow with the title of the record. And again, that was unintended. Did not intend to do that. Happy accident.
So I actually wanted to touch on the album cover, kind of going away from the writing process a bit, because since I saw the album cover, which is sick, by the way, um,
Thank you.
I was always
Thank you.
curious how you guys came up with it. So is that like a digital render? Is there some real photography in there? How did that come together?
So Jim Hughes is the one that did the record cover. He's done like some Wage War stuff and Fit for a King, bands like that. I'm pretty sure it's all just like digital rendering,
Yeah.
as far as I know. Uh, that is the second or third rendition of the album cover. We had like something totally different at first, and like nobody was like really feeling it. And then we tried something else and tweaked it, and it still didn't feel right. And then we landed on that. And I guess like the idea behind the artwork is like taking like things in the world that can be like beautiful but are also like deadly or like aren't what they seem. So it's like kind of like a metaphor for that. And I think he nailed it just between the wolf biting the snake. And we could do some alternate artwork down the line where it's like the reverse or something like that.
Snake biting
We'll
the wolf.
show the shoulder, bro. We'll show the wolf's shoulder on the next one.
And so when you guys obviously chose For What It's Worth with Travis from Colorblind and the one with Chris. I'm blanking on the title now.
Too
Too
For
little,
the
Little
too
Too
late.
Late.
singles. Yeah, for the singles. So how did you guys go about the process in choosing which singles to release?
You want to take it,
Didn't we
Harrison?
just didn't we deflect that? We were just like, we don't know what songs should be the singles. Monarch, you need to pick them.
Yeah, we like all individually had different favorites. I think For What It's Worth was like at the top of everybody's list,
Yeah.
either like one
Yeah.
or two. So we were like, that's like for sure a single. But then when it came to the second one, everybody had a different idea of what the second single should be. So like we kind of had to get some like outside perspective on that one. And then it just kind of like it kind of made sense to do one more like feature for a single, especially because we were only doing two singles. Um, which I love, by the way. And
Yeah.
band's been doing like 8, 9 singles now, and I'm like, God, it's just like I already heard the whole record. I don't even want to listen to it on release day. So yeah, 2 singles, man, and then like everybody, you'll get 9 more songs on Friday. So
I mean, I know someone in my comments literally like yesterday, or maybe it was this morning, because yeah, this morning was saying that they wish that you released at least one more before the album. But
yeah, it honestly, we did want to do 3, but the timeline just got so crunched that we just straight up ran out of time to do a 3rd single.
so with the features, how did you guys how did those come about?
Travis, we actually met on the road. We did a short run with Attack Attack, a few months ago. And Travis, they had just randomly asked him, "Hey, you want to sling merch for us on this short run we're doing?" And he had said yes. And so he was out there. We met him, and like our bass player Chris was a huge colorblind fan, is currently still a huge colorblind fan. And I remember one day on the bus, he just was like, "Dude, I swear to God, I've seen that guy before. Like I know him. I know him." Found out he was the singer of Colorblind, and we had all been friends. We'd be talking him up, and drinking beers, having fun, having a good time. And I remember one day we were just on the Attack Attack bus, just chilling with everybody and showing everybody the record. Like, hey, yeah, what do you guys think? He gave us some feedback type of stuff. And for what it's worth came on, and we were like, yo, Travis, we're thinking about having somebody on this song. Like, you should do it. Like, almost jokingly, we were like, dude, you should do that, man. We would love to have you. He was like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm down. I'm totally down. So literally like a month later, he had the whole part sent over. The video was already done, ironically, and he filmed his own little separate thing, and we had it incorporated in. And that one was awesome. That went super smooth. Travis is a dog. Love him to death.
Travis is the man. I love him. And then Chris, we played 3 shows with like Moss. It's been like 4 years ago, probably. But we're not like super tight with Chris or anything like that. But like we've all like obviously grown up with like Moss, and like we all look up to them, and it's just really cool. It's just somebody, especially like Harrison, like one of your favorite vocalists, I think you've
Dude,
said.
single-handedly
And
got me into streaming.
yeah, so it's just like a very sick thing to have him on our record. It's kind of crazy. It's like full circle.
Fuck yeah. And then Elijah Witt from Cane Hill is on track 9 as well. And that was another one where it's like he is good friends with Jonathan, and he had come to the studio to just hang out. And I think maybe he was working on something else, a different project, and he was listening to the record like, damn, like this is pretty cool. Like, I would love to be on something if you guys would want to have me. And we picked a spot, and he came down and did his tracking and stuff like that. And it just worked out really well. We kind of got lucky.
Yeah.
With Elijah too, like even I would say like some of the guitar work and just like the atmosphere of that track just reminds me a lot of what Cane Hill was doing on their last record. And so I think the songs that all the features are on were like picked perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's dude, I feel like there's like we wanted to do one for Serpent. We wanted to do one for I don't know, like half the record, honestly. We could have fit guest vocal parts on it. But like I think the 3 we picked were the right ones to do.
So you guys want to dive into a bit about the music video process
Sure.
while we're
Yeah,
on the topic?
we worked with Josiah X, Josiah Moore. We did all 3 videos in 2 days. We went out to he lives out near Rochester, so we went out there. He's got like a warehouse and place that he rents. So the first one that we did was For What It's Worth, and that was shot in like this garage. There's like all these crazy like old classic cars in there and stuff like that you can't see in the video or anything like that, but it's just like a crazy warehouse. And then Too Little Too Late and Emptiness Remains were shot on a blue screen. And then like some of the B-roll stuff was incorporated in, especially in Too Little Too Late. And we had never done like any green screen or blue screen videos before. So that was like very weird for us because it's you're just like playing and there's nothing around. So like that was cool. But yeah, that Josiah is so good at what he does. I hope more bands start working with him.
He's a great guy to work with too. So friendly, so accommodable, and just a overall super professional. It was just great to be there.
Yeah, he's
And
also
Manny,
like
by the way,
7 feet tall.
Did you leak that there's a third single coming out? Did you just leak that, bro?
Nothing.
I'm just busting your balls.
I was gonna say, because you said that you did 3 videos, and I was like, wait, math's not mathing here.
3 videos, only 2 singles. What are we talking about?
Yeah, the last one will come out on Friday with the rest of the record.
Oh, with the rest of the record?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you can probably tell me what it is after. I mean, to be fair, if you want to mention it, because I highly doubt this will come out before Friday anyway. So if
Yeah.
you want to talk about it,
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
welcome
no,
to.
the third, it's not really a single because it's like Manny said, it's coming out on the same day the record drops. We did film a video for track 2, Emptiness Remains.
Oh yeah.
So yeah. So that'll be the third video that drops.
That's my favorite song off the record.
What's
I
your,
love that song, bro. It's so
I think
fun
that's
to
my
play
favorite.
live too. It's so fun.
what's your favorite, Harrison?
What's that? One more
What's your
time.
favorite song on the record?
Oh, favorite song on the record. I've been saying this the whole time. I got to be solid with it. Track 9, Letting Go. I was very proud of super proud of like the vocal pad and the vocal work and stuff at the end. Like we spent a bunch of time like trying to nail that down and get that sounding really good. So I was super proud of that. That's my favorite song on the record.
And so you guys mentioned that you guys are about to go on tour, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what songs? I mean, I don't want you guys to spoil the set list or anything, but what songs on the record are you most excited to include in the set list or play for the
Oh,
first time?
I'll say the
Yeah.
whole set list. I don't even care. I mean,
Right.
we are playing off the new record, playing Emptiness Remains, No God to Me, Serpent, and For What It's Worth. I think those are the only 4 we're playing because we have like a 25-minute set, so we're playing 6 songs, I think, or maybe 7. So we're gonna do like 4 new songs, and then we'll do like 2 or 3 old ones, just for the people that don't know the new ones yet.
Yeah, fair enough. And I
But
guess, yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
we're coming out to Emptiness Remains, and it's just like such a cool way to come out, honestly. Just like the big vocal line, right, with nothing else, and it's just like it's super sick for me,
For real head
especially because I
turner.
don't have to do anything.
Yeah, people at the bar are always like, what was that? What are they doing?
That intro section is just bonkers.
Yeah.
Especially going from the intro or the first track into that one is just
Yeah, the Emptiness Remains was a rewrite. The beginning of that song was like entirely different before we got to the studio, and then like a light bulb went off one day. We're like, what if we take the ending breakdown and we put it in the beginning? And we just did it, and it worked. I don't know.
I mean, you guys play around with like a bit of your structures a bit on the record. I mean, I was going to mention it earlier, but for what it's worth, I always felt was a really cool first single because it basically covers everything that you do on the record really well. Like,
Yeah.
has the catchy chorus, has the heavy, it has the breakdown, but also has a bridge. And like, it's just the whole
That was new
package.
for us, man. Throwing in a bridge like that. We've never really done something that big before,
Yeah, it was really cool. And it was nice to not see just like as the first single, like, just like verse, chorus, breakdown, outro. So
Yeah.
it was really cool that you guys played around the structure there.
Yeah, the
And
bridge was scary. We were afraid to do that.
yeah. And there's a guitar solo in the song.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We got out of our comfort zone for this record for sure.
you know, Staying on that topic then, what were some of the hardest songs for you guys to either work on or track during the process?
I know we keep saying this. Eternal was like, at least vocally, was probably the hardest song. It's like it's up there, like it's pretty high, and there is just like a lot going on, especially towards the end. I don't, if you really listen, there's like an entire like vocal choir going on, and all of us got to sing on the record at the end there. It's pretty sick. I had my wife on the record, like it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Which I don't think we've ever done anything like that either, where we've all gotten to do vocal in a certain section. Jesus Christ.
Like a gang vocal.
That song is about like if Downswing stopped being a band. Like if we like stopped becoming like, because you never know, something could happen. We could be not a band tomorrow, for fuck's sake, you know. So like the emotional resonance as well, I think, specifically for me, made it really like not difficult, but like tense going in and recording that final section, because I knew I needed to fucking nail it. It needed to sound good. It needed to be fucking just huge, and yeah, it was an important part of the record for us.
And the lyrics for that song actually got written as we were driving to the studio. I was like literally driving, writing lyrics in my notes app, and then Harrison had like the entire second half of the song written, and it just kind of like fit together perfectly.
Staying on topic of your favorite songs and whatnot, what songs are you guys most excited to see the reactions to?
I think No God to me. I love that song, and like playing it on this next tour is going to be a blast. That breakdown at the end.
I mean, the breakdown at the beginning.
I too love the Acacia Strain. Man, the chorus super catchy. I hope people sing along, and then like I said, the breakdown just.
I think Serpent is gonna be fun just because it's the heaviest track on the record. Like I just like the ending breakdown is just like so, I don't know, it's like diabolical for us. And I just like it's probably the heaviest breakdown we've ever put out, I think. So I'm like I'm curious for people to see people's reactions for that song.
It's in Serpent. I'm kind of curious how that song came about. Were you guys just like, we just need to write something dumb heavy?
Yeah, essentially. We were like, there's a lot of singing on this record. We need to give him at least one heavy track.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, like I was saying on the review, I was like, you get like 2 minutes, you know, using snakes as metaphors and just all breakdowns, and it's just
Yep.
Nailed it.
Sorry, what were you gonna say, Manny?
Honestly, I don't remember. I'm so scatterbrained right now.
Fair enough.
You're moving, bro. Moving into a new house. I can only imagine.
Got a lot going on.
Got a lot of life going on.
Yeah, exactly.
And when does the tour start?
What was that?
When does the tour start?
November 6th is the first day.
November 6th.
About 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
So you guys got the album release. You guys are doing an album release show, right?
We are doing, it's at the end. It's at the end of that tour. The last date of that tour is in Albany, which is our hometown, and we made that the album release day.
And that's like the free show, right?
No, we just did. So we just did a listening party for that.
Listening party. That's what it was.
Yeah, we did that a few nights ago. And that was really fun. We've never done that. Here we did some acoustic songs. Harrison did a cover of like a Foo Fighters song.
Oh, yeah.
We raffled off some things, and it was fun. It was cool to see people's like reactions live when we played it over the speakers and everything. So that was awesome.
That was cool.
What were some of the moments on the record that got the biggest reactions?
I played the breakdowns for sure.
A lot of breakdowns.
And then when For What It's Worth started, people were like actually cheering, which was cool.
Yeah.
We've never done anything like half the stuff we're doing now. We're like trying to like reinvent ourselves a little bit and do something different.
Yeah, and you guys, if I'm not mistaken, because you guys are with MNRK Heavy, who's distributing the record, but did you guys also just sign a paper cut?
Yeah, so we're working with them for publishing. Yeah, and that's it's Tuck's company who's our manager, so he's we're signed to him for management now publishing.
Yeah. Okay, because I know someone brought this up the other day, and they're like, I've never seen a band sign to a label before the album gets dropped, and I know there was some confusion there, so I'm glad you guys cleared it up.
Yeah. It's mostly publishing for like our previous stuff that we own because we did self-release like the last two EPs and everything like that.
Right. So,
Yeah.
speaking of self-releasing, so how was the I guess the marketing and all the business side different for this album in comparison to doing it yourself?
No, we had help, man. Monarch really cares about us as a band. They want to see us succeed, and they're willing to help us out. I mean, Manny's our guy, right? He does just about everything for the band. So it's like for us, or at least for me specifically, I'll say it was nice to see our team of people that like really care and like take the time out of their day to help Manny get all of the social media aspects done, and like our YouTube page and our Spotify, and they're playing small roles and like just keeping everything organized, and
Right.
helping us out. It's cool to see like Manny, with the self-releasing stuff, it was kind of all on him and us and just dependent on what we're doing and what we're putting out there online. And now it's like it's nice to have a team of people like giving a helping hand, asking if we need anything. We're always in constant contact with them now. So I think that's the biggest difference in my opinion.
Yeah, it's been like an entirely different world, honestly. Like even we were on Rise Records for like a year. We were on Stay Sick for a little bit, and then it turned to Modern Empire. But honestly, like when we were signed to those labels, we were still doing literally everything. I had no help from any of the labels. They just gave us a little bit of money, and then they took their huge percentage, and we're basically like, "Fuck you guys." So like it
Good
was
luck.
it wasn't worth being on a record back then on a label. It was basically like being independent while we were on those labels. And this time, like Harrison said, like there's like 8 or 9 people working on our band from the label. I'm talking to, I have like a project manager, AJ. I talk to him literally every single day, who's always like, all right, let's try this, let's do this. And they're just like it makes a huge difference that I don't have to think of literally everything. I have people like giving me ideas for once, and it's literally amazing.
It's a lot too, because he's actually, fun fact, the one who turned me on to you guys uh,
Mm,
before this album. So we were kind of just like shooting the shit in comments, recommending some bands, and he recommended the EP, "Let Life Devour You," and it was, and that's all she wrote. You know what I mean? And he
Yeah.
even messaged me, and he's like, "Hey man, like you want to check out the Downswing record?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I'll do a review for it." So you guys have a good manager on your hands. He
Hell yeah.
cares about what you
yeah,
guys
He's the
are
best.
doing.
Tuck is the man. We've known Tuck for I don't even know, maybe like 15 years.
Really?
He used to live like closer, within like an hour and a half to where we live. So we knew him from before he was in Fit for a King and everything. We knew his band, his old bands and stuff like that. So we've always been friendly towards each other, and then it just like kind of worked out. We played a show. We opened a show for Fit for a King in Albany maybe a year and a half ago. And after
Right.
that show is like when he came up to us and was like, "You guys are pretty good. Maybe I kind of want to work with you guys." And that's kind of just how it just blossomed from there.
So that must have been on the Hell We Create tour. No, because you
I
guys have
think
come up to
Yes,
Canada.
I think
I
it
think
was a longer time than that ago. It was like Fit for a King, Avoid, Silent Planet, and
Currents,
Yeah, that must have been a
yeah,
while.
it
maybe.
might have been Currents. It was a long time. I think it was that was like 4 years ago, 3 or 4. That was early.
Was it that long ago? Don't tell me that.
Yeah, boy, we're getting old, dog.
Flies,
Maybe it was longer.
It was crazy too. I remember just looking over and seeing Kirby standing on the stage, like side stage, like, and then I was like, "Oh no!" With the microphone, like, "Holy shit, they're just watching us."
And when you guys were, in between recording and stuff, what do you guys do on your downtime? Just to kind of let loose.
Work,
Work?
try and make money. I
Yeah,
mean, really, I mean, we're all just going back to day jobs. When we're done with tour, we got to kind of go back to our jobs. I mean, it's a little I would say it's a little different now. We're really trying to push like working on the band and making that like the thing. But a lot, we're all back working and just trying to survive, really.
Yeah, our guitarist is a barber back home. He does that. Our bassist is a fireman. He's got like an actual real job.
Yeah, big boy shit.
So yeah, it's it's like work, but then me and Harrison, I would say, do like the legwork when it comes to like the band stuff while we're home. We try to keep up with like writing and demoing things out and keeping up with like the social media stuff. So that's like that's our fun. We don't even get to do anything else. That's what we do for fun.
Yeah. I feel like I should have asked this earlier while we were on the subject of actually writing the record, but what influences do do you guys, you know, when you're writing, what influences do you guys have
I
musically?
mean, honestly, it's all this, like, I mean, simple as it is, it's really just the stuff that we're currently listening to. And it always changes. You know what I mean? It's like, when Downswing started, we were a hardcore band. That's what we were listening to. I say
Yeah,
we, like I was in the band. I wasn't. But, hardcore band, that's what we were listening to at the time. And, we're all getting older. We're all, our tastes change and evolve over time. And a lot of it now is just coming back to like I said, just what we're listening to. You got your Fit for Kings, your Wage Wars, all
yeah,
these great bands that are coming out. And yeah, I think that played always is going to play a heavy hand. It's just about what we're into at the time, what we want to write, and where we're trying to push ourselves as a band, I think.
Yeah, going off of like what Harrison said, I've always been like a metalcore kid. Like one of my first like shows was Texas in July. Who else was it? It was a small show. It was like Texas in July. It was like huge on like that style of metalcore at that time.
yeah,
And so that's like where my influences come from. And then when we started this band, our original bassist had shown me like Turnstile or something. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I think I could write something like this. So like that's how like our band started. Basically, I heard Turnstile and then I was like, all right, we're gonna do this for a little bit. And then just like over the years, I feel like my my roots were metalcore, so I was like, I'm gonna like kind of go back and write like the stuff that I really like to write.
yeah,
And I listen to like the Wage Wars and the Fit for Kings and stuff like that now. So like that's where like my stuff comes from. Our guitarist is like very much grown up on like Hatebreed and things like that. So like anything he brings in kind of keeps like the two-step, like the old school downswing style stuff, and we just kind of like blend as best we can to keep like some of our roots, but like also be the band that we actually want to be instead of trying to sound like, a band that none of us really, I don't want to say listen to, but like it's not our like thing,
yeah.
I guess.
Anymore. We're not trying to be 2016 Downswing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny you bring that up because when I was like finishing my review and I like sent it to my girlfriend to like proofread and all that, she's like, "Are people gonna get mad that you call them hardcore?" And I was like, "No, no, no. Like they actually used to be hardcore."
Yeah.
We did. Yeah. Now people still give a shit because like we sounded like a hardcore band for maybe 2 years. But we've
Yeah,
been a metalcore band for like 6 years,
yeah,
but people still like to say like, "Oh, what happened to this band?" Like, dude, we've been a band that sounds like this currently longer than we did, when we
yeah.
first started. So it's like I don't even like know where I don't know. I don't get it.
I
He
mean,
had
I
good
see that all the
intentions.
time. Like you'll see like a band, they'll put out their first record that sounds like this, but then there'll be three records in of this different sound. People are like, I want like the original band back, and it's like,
Yeah.
but that's like the outlier of their sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It makes no sense. I mean, dude, bands do it. Look at Bring Me the Horizon. Like
Yeah,
it successfully can happen. Just, you're gonna lose people along the way, and it kind of just is what it is. But we're gonna gain 10 times the amount that we lose. So it's we're
of
we're
course.
we're okay with that.
Of course. And actually, going off what Harrison mentioned, how you guys basically write based on like what music you're listening to at the time. So I'm kind of curious, what are your guys' favorite bands at the moment, or like what are some of your favorite records from this year?
Mm.
I
I think
love
that
Wage War.
Yeah, Wage
big on
War.
Wage War. I thought the new Architects album was really sick. I like that a lot as well. I don't know. I listened to a little bit of everything, honestly.
The new Fit for a King record I thought was really good.
Yep, I did like that one a lot.
Yeah. And then we're big on like Chris is big on like Limp Bizkit and like Silly Goose and shit like that. Love
And
that
Silly
stuff,
Goose.
man.
I just listened to the record for the first time. And
The
it's
Goose,
killer.
bro, they're
I
awesome,
haven't heard
man.
it yet. I heard the singles and they were really sick, but I got to hear the whole record.
Yeah, I've been like pushing it off because I saw they were touring with A Day to Remember, but we didn't get them because our date, so I didn't get to see
Yeah.
them. But I was like, I need to get on this because it dropped like last week and there wasn't a whole lot of releases, so I was like, now's the time. But super sick, and
They're just
I know a lot of people were mentioning in the comments how when they left the Issues farewell show, they were just in the parking garage ripping a gig when people were
yeah,
leaving.
they've done that a few times. Like I think it was like a month or so ago. They were playing a show at like a gas station on top of their van, and like the vocalist got arrested and everything.
It's wild.
Yeah, like I that's cool. Like that makes me like your band. Even if like I didn't like your music, I'd be like, that's sick. But I like their
Fucking
music
rock
too.
and
So
roll.
It's cool to get like that kind of like that culture, keeping that
yeah.
culture alive. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Oh, yeah, notification. Meeting will end in 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah, the Architects record was sick too. I just saw Architects live for the first time. Like,
I've never seen them.
really?
I was
No, I've never seen them.
I thought I was like, everyone's like, for the first time, like, where have you been? But like, I kind of missed the whole Holy Hell stuff
Yeah.
when I was growing up. So I got into them later on, like, For Those That Wish to Exist. So, yeah, I saw them live, and like, Sam is just
Dude, he's so good.
great.
That's like another
like,
band that catches like a lot of hate. Like there people are just like, what happened to this band? Like,
yeah.
dude, they're writing really good songs. Like,
Mhm.
I'm sorry it's not Doomsday, but like,
Yeah. Yeah, but why do you want Doomsday 1,000 times?
right, it was
You
already
can just go
written.
listen to Doomsday.
Yeah, like I was blown away. Like I knew the guy was good live. Like I knew Sam was good live. I just wasn't expecting him to be like that good. Like he's hit like every
Yeah,
range. Like it was like nobody's
yeah.
business.
Dude's
I will.
crazy.
I will.
Have you guys had a chance to hit up some shows this year?
Like to attend them?
Yeah,
Yeah, been to a
like for fun.
few. Been to a few.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ant's going to Counterparts 156 and Throwing tonight, I believe.
Mhm.
They're playing like a 300 cap room
Yeah.
in Albany, so that's gonna be crazy.
They're playing underground.
Yeah, they're playing underground. I'm pretty sure it's underground. Unless maybe I'm
Boy,
wrong, but I think it's underground.
that's gonna be wild. Holy
Um,
shit! I just went to see Archers, Nerve, Dead Eyes, and Of Virtue. I think is the other band.
yeah,
I don't
of
remember.
Virtue, yeah.
That was a great tour. I did not expect to like. I just went out because we're friends with Dead Eyes. You know what I mean? I wanted to see the boys, but dude, that was a great show, man. Every band killed it. Archers, are you kidding me? That dude can sing, bro. Unreal.
They just dropped a record, right? If I'm not
I
mistaken.
believe they did recently. I'm not like
Yeah,
a
because
1,000%
I think they did
but
the EP rollout kind of thing, and then they just
Mm.
finished rolling it out recently. But I didn't get to see them. I was supposed to see them with Plot, I
oh
think, at
yeah,
the beginning of the year, and then I got sick the day of the show.
I am
Damn.
thinking of the right band, right, Manny? Archers.
Yeah, Archers, yeah. That was their headliner.
Dude, they are fucking that singer, unbelievable voice. I just remember sitting there like, I don't even have to know the song. I'll just sit here and watch this dude absolutely belt for 40 minutes, dude. He was amazing.
Speaking of Plot, dude, I want to see that band again. I haven't seen them in probably like 6 years now,
I've
and
never
they're
seen them.
like everything they've done recently is just so good.
Yeah,
Like they got to be one of my favorite bands right now.
I
Fantastic.
mean, yeah, they're killer. I grew up on Plot, like back in the day.
Yeah, same.
Like, how Could You Watch Your Children Burn was like my soundtrack, man.
Yeah, dude, I played that so many times, like in my early 20s, probably it was. which is crazy that it was that long ago.
You feel old.
I'm like 32, so like I'm getting there, you know.
Dead.
Keep you guys too long. Also, I have to go back to work, unfortunately, at like 2 o'clock. But do you guys have any plans to do headliner?
Not right now. We're in between agents at the moment, so we're trying to like figure out our touring situation right now for next year. Right now, nothing for like a headliner or anything crazy. I think we'd like to avoid a headliner for as long as possible. Just because like we haven't done a ton of support tours yet, especially like as a full US. And we've only done a full US maybe 2 or 3 times. So if we can get on like some support tours for next year
Yeah.
in different parts of the country that we haven't been to, I think that's the goal right now.
Uh-oh. I did not
What
hear
was
a
that?
single word about that right
It's all right. I said get Canada in there. Get a Toronto day
Oh
going.
yeah.
Yeah. Wait,
Wait,
Toronto? We're playing
wait.
Toronto on this tour, aren't we?
Yeah,
Which
Hard
tour?
Luck.
Which tour?
With Great American Ghosts, Wrist Meets Razor, and Salt Wound.
See, I did not know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's at
When's
Hard
that?
Luck, I'm pretty sure.
When's that? In November?
Yeah,
It's either
it's towards
late
the end of
November
November, I think.
or
Oh,
early
okay.
December. I can't remember exactly
Yeah,
what
Great
day it
American
is.
Ghost. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I missed it. I'm not super familiar with them. I listened to the new record though. I think that was like, was that this year? Last year? Doesn't matter.
This
Yeah,
year and the last
it might have
year,
been
I can't
early this
remember.
year.
Yeah. Oh, so you guys are coming to Toronto, so I'm gonna have to go to that show then.
Yeah,
Sick.
dude, do it up.
Yeah, dude. Just DM us after. I'll get you on the list for that show.
Sounds good. I won't keep you guys too long. I know you guys are busy fellas. But I do appreciate you guys taking the time to sit with me. It's been fun.
Dude, thank you. This was fun too. I love chatting about the record, and
Yeah,
it was
dude.
cool.
Thanks
It was
for
cool to
having
like
us.
meet you. I've seen you on Twitter for years now, so like it's cool
For
to like meet
years.
you.
Oh
Literally
wow.
for years. I'm not even joking.
That's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time. Just let the audience know that and Everything Was Dark drops this Friday. So there's vinyl, some merch available on the MNRK Heavy site. So, get those pre-orders in and check out the record.
Yes,
Fuck
sir.
yeah, man.
Hopefully it doesn't suck.
Appreciate it again, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank you,
man.
man.
I'll
Thanks
talk
for
to you
having us.
later.
All right, take it easy.
Peace.